Have you ever wondered why people litter? Well, Williams explains it that quite frankly, the main reason is laziness. And this laziness can lead to a number of problems. Most people don't think twice when they're throwing stuff out the window going down the highway or when they're flicking their cigarette butts on the ground, but this causes many problems to wildlife, to marine life, and to our community. And I strongly believe that all individuals should stop littering because of those three reasons. Well, when it comes to wildlife, one must remember that they are animals. They cannot tell the difference between food sometimes and the difference between litter. Williams explains that plastic and other forms of litter can cause animals to choke when they mistake it for food, and even worse, small bits of plastic can remain and accumulate in their stomachs, which eventually leads to starvation and death. It is not only birds that suffer from this, all other wildlife are susceptible to it also. Could you imagine starving to death, but with a full stomach of plastic? It wouldn't happen because we're humans and we would find a way to stop it. So why do we not stop when it happens to wildlife? However, ingestion is not the only way that litter affects them. Also, entanglement. Litter facts tells us that litter can also trap, suffocate, and strangle wildlife. This poses a threat to just about any size animal, and entanglement causes a very slow death. Curiosity can cause this, or just natural behavior. It can lead to suffocation if they get trapped in a bag, or if they get trapped inside of a bottle or some kind of container. They're going to starve to death because they can't get out and eat. Birds are particularly susceptible to entanglement when they collect materials for their nest, and this is a natural behavior, as Wyman explains. So we can't stop that. There's nothing, that's what they do. It's part of their life. All of these are horrible ways to die. Animals should not have these issues. The Chittenden Wildlife Rehabilitation Center gives us some great tips on how to avoid this. The first and foremost important one is do not litter. It's as simple as that. Dispose of it properly. If you're going to throw things away into the trash can, make sure the bag is completely sealed so nothing gets out, so the landfill don't get harmed. And take any of the chemicals that you want to dispose of down to the proper disposable place. They face many of the same problems as wildlife, marine life does when it comes to entanglement. Scientists from KIMO tell us that 1 million birds and 100,000 marine mammals die each year from becoming entangled or ingesting marine litter. Now this is astounding. You should not have that many animals dying. That's something that can be avoided. So you should really think about the next time you're out on the boat. Don't just throw your stuff overboard. You're killing the marine life. It can be mistaken for food also because it free floats. Turtles think that plastic bags are jellyfish and they ingest them. This gets stuck in their stomachs, their digestive tract, and it blocks everything. They die from starvation. And just because of a plastic bag, it's ridiculous. And not to mention that 98% of fulmar, which is a type of gull, have plastic in their stomachs, and this can cause death and breeding failures. And marine litter explains this to us. And okay, could you imagine if 98% of us had litter in our stomachs? It wouldn't happen. So why do we keep littering day in and day out and kill innocent animals? Entanglement with marine life happens just as it does with wildlife. Mammals such as seals attempt to swim through plastic or metal rings because of their inquisitive nature, and this causes injury and strangulation as the animal grows. If you see any kind of fishing lines or things like that, pick them up because they can trap and kill and harm. Besides animals, our community is also affected. And yeah, this is you. It's all about you. One of the obvious effects of littering is the negative impact it has on the appearance of our area. A litter-strewn location looks dirty and unsightly, making it a less pleasant environment for those that live in it or use it. Litter that accumulates may also smell, further reducing the attractiveness of location. So this can cause an effect on your economy or the local business economy, because if you have tourists or new families wanting to move in, they're not going to want to live there if your community is trashed and smelly and things like that. Human health is also a big issue because, if there are things, it's all about you and your family. Food, packaging, and other materials left to rot provide a fertile breeding ground on which bacteria thrive, resulting in health hazard for those who come in contact with it. Fark Carson tells us this. So basically, you go out to your yard, you go to the pool, you step on microscopic bacteria that, of course, you can't see, and you get very sick. There's a chance that you could go to the hospital, and there's a chance that you could die, depending on what kind of bacteria it is. Also, say someone went by your house and threw their bottle out, landed, it busted. Your child goes outside and falls on it, steps on it, get a giant cut, you get lacerations, you get a puncture. This is, an unnecessary trip to the hospital for stitches or for shots or surgery. Things like that can be avoided very, very easily. So, in conclusion, laziness and carelessness with trash can affect countless things, and it can be avoided so easily. Wildlife, marine life, and our community are the top of this list. And if everyone could just pull together, we would have an amazing turnout. We'd have a complete turnaround. So next time that you're going down the road and you think about throwing something out the window, think about it. Think about what animal you might be killing or what human being you might be hurting. And it's something to think about, because it is avoidable, and it is something that is definitely worth stopping.